My name is Sunny and I'm with the Watson Branch Library. Today we're going to learn how to make a macrame feather. The end result will be something similar to this. So give me just a moment to set things up and we'll get started. So for this craft you really don't need a lot of supplies. You're going to need some macrame cord. This is a 4-strand cord and it's the same thing that made this. You need a ruler, some sharp scissors, you will need some fabric stiffening spray, and I have a pet brush, and this is actually a flea comb for a dog or a cat, I guess. But these work very well. So to get started, the first thing you do for the feather is cut your string. You're going to need one string that is 16 inches long, so we're at 12. Okay, and then we need 10 pieces that are 7 inches long. Okay, and then the next size is 6 inches long, and you will need 8 of those. All right, and then the last thing you need to cut is 6 pieces that are 5 inches long. The next step is taking the 16-inch length of cord and folding it in half. You're going to work from longest to shortest. You'll take one of these, and fold it in half. We're going to place it under the longest cord. Take a second piece. Going to feed it through the loop that you've made and go over, and then feed the legs into that loop and then pull tight. And we will repeat the process, but you're going to alternate. So the first one went under on the right side. So on this one, we go under on the left. Go through the loop, take these legs, and feed them through that loop, and pull tight. So you're doing that so that the bump that it makes, it's going to alternate, and it's going to make the feather lay flat. So keep going down. So we went from the bottom on the left side, go to the bottom on the right. If you forget your place, just look where the bump is. So it's on the left side of our stem right now. So that means we went underneath on the right. If you make a mistake, you can just undo it. It's not a very secure knot. It's enough for our purposes. Okay, those are done. Go to the next length. under, over, under, over. I try to take my pinky and hold the tail end in place on this side, so that when I'm trying to lift that loop up, it doesn't, everything slide out. Okay, and then the last size. The last thing I like to do is tie a knot at the end. All right, the next step is going to be combing out the cord so that it gets fluffy like this. So I have a piece of paper underneath my feather because these are pretty sharp, the bristles on these things, and I don't want to scratch the surface. So if you have a piece of cardboard or something to protect your work surface, I'd advise it because you will scratch it. So you just start at the ends of the feather and just brush to untangle, untwist the cord. You can do this with a regular comb. This flea comb is actually my favorite choice. The pet brush is good. You do have to be careful. I've poked myself a few times and it was not pleasant, but it's faster using this brush. You want to kind of keep your hand here close to the stem of the feather, because you can pull the string out and then you'd have to redo it. Don't worry too much about knots that are going to be in here, because you're going to trim some of this away. And this is also why you put the knot at the bottom down here, because if you're not paying attention, and I have done this, you can pull the knots off. So you just want to separate the twist and the cord. You're going to have a lot of fuzz. So if your nose is sensitive, you may want to wear a mask. like to flip it over and go from the back side as well, because you'll find a lot of string cord that is still twisted here. And we want it to be nice and fluffy. So I'm going to kind of comb it into the shape that I want. So like this one, it's going to be a V, and then it's going to curve at the top. And my shortest piece is right here. So I'm going to make it even and go up from there. And then start curving around. Got some stragglers. Okay, and then go to the other side. You want to try to keep it somewhat even on both sides, but if you don't, you know, no big deal. So the last step is just to get the feather into the shape that you want. Trim up anything that needs to be trimmed. And then you'll take your fabric stiffener. I have used starch before that you use for ironing. Didn't really hold it too well. So if you can find this, give it a shot. And you just spray your feather. And let it dry. And that's truly it. That's all it takes to make a really cute boho inspired feather. You can make a few of these and hang them at various lengths, like on a stick. You can put beads at the top if you'd like. Just get creative and go wild with it. And of course, I want to see what you do. So post your pictures on Facebook following this link. So of course I want to see what you do, so please post pictures of your projects in the comments below, and as always follow us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and we will be seeing you very soon. This project is going to have a limited number of kits available for you to come into the library and take, and then go home and make them. They'll be available at the Denham Springs and the Watson branch, and we are having in-house programming for this project at both of those branches. So we'll be seeing you real soon in person, and we get to craft together. I'm excited. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.